Hello everyone, a very good morning to you. Welcome to Mugello. It is Trofeo Pirelli cars that are making their way onto the track here on this 5.2 kilometer circuit. Almost unbelievably, it is the final race of our 2023 season in terms of the championship. There is, of course, still the world final race to come on Sunday. But with regards to the, as I say, the championship races, it is the final race today. Our mix of Trofeo Pirelli and Pirelli Am drivers who've competed on the 2023 calendar that you've just seen in graphics. What an eclectic and fantastic calendar it has been. Here we are then in Mugello for the final showdown. If you will, please follow us on @Ferrari Races. So the weather conditions up until today have been pretty torrid, to be honest with you. And very, very unusually, we come on the air to find that whilst there is quite a lot of cloud around, it's dry at the moment. 19 degrees the air temperature, 15 degrees the track temperature. We will see. Now, I imagine that pretty much all the cars are there on wet weather tyres. I don't know, and I'm hoping that we will be able to find out because as you can see, the track surface is greasy in places. Quite a lot of rain overnight, quite a lot of standing water around, and Ludovica is down there in amongst it right now.
Good morning, guys, and welcome back on the grid of Mugello circuit. Behind me, the turns of San Donato with a lot of talk of cloudy, but everything is ready for a race 2 of Trofeo Pirelli. Yesterday was a very tough and hard race that gave us a very special moment. Yesterday, Eliseo Donno has crowned champion of Ferrari Challenge Europe 2023, but there was other protagonist in race 1 as Thomas Fleming, who yesterday started from the pole position, and Andrea Sutil. There was in the latest lap and the last lap a lot of turns and twins that give us the most adrenalinic moment. But now I want to hear a lot of emotion and expectation of our drivers. Thomas. Hi Thomas, how are you?
Doing fine, thank you. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. And you started from the pole position like yesterday. Yesterday was a very hard races, especially in the last lap. Otherwise, your door car were open when you overcome and were fighting with Andrea Sutil. So, can you explain more and can you discover more with us about your yesterday race and what you expect from today?
I mean, look, you know, you can dominate an entire race for, 28 and a half minutes. It's only the last lap that counts, So going on to the restart, I had 2 touches from Adrian on my rear, which, I sort of broke away at the start going into the last corner, and I got touched up a little bit, and that sort of kept me at arm's length. And yeah, it gave me a little bit of damage, but I personally could have done a little bit better out of a bad situation. And at the end of the day, it's racing. You don't always get what you might feel you deserve. And we've all moved on we're looking forward to another great race today. It's a little bit drier than it was yesterday, so I think it's going to throw an extra spanner into the works, you know, managing the wet tyre and, you know, making sure you don't fall off the cliff too early. So yeah, I'm excited, can't wait to get back racing, and no more pressure now, because obviously the championship's been wrapped up. Alessio did a great job yesterday, you know, making sure he stayed out of trouble and picked up the pieces when it mattered on the last lap, and yeah, looking forward to it.
Thank you so much. Have a good race.
Yeah,
Thomas.
thank you very much.
Thank
Cheers.
you. Back to you guys.
So Tom Fleming then, who, he did dominate 28 minutes of the race yesterday, and then when it came to the final safety car restart, unfortunately, some touches between him and Adrian Sutil, which took him out of the championship chase. We really hoped that the championship would go to today's race, but that has not been the case. Nonetheless, big credit to Tom. He was one of the first to go and congratulate Alessio Dono on sealing the Trofeo Pirelli Championship yesterday. And Tom will fight another day today, going from pole position, and of course the world final race to come on Sunday, which will now be very much the focus of his target sights. So we are here at the Finale Mondiali event and racing on this 5.2 kilometer Mugello circuit. You climb uphill from the start finish straight through turns 1, 2 and 3 before running downhill again to complete the first sector, then into the second sector, which you continue running downhill through turns 6 and 7. And then the final sector, in my opinion, it's all about getting it nailed through the final turn, because that gives you the perfect trajectory going into onto the start finish straight, which, as you can see from this camera angle, has got a couple of elevation changes. It rises a bit in two places. So this is the Finale Mondiali weekend.
Here we are in the Finale Mondiali display. A place full of charm that tells the story of Ferrari in motorsport through the celebration of the most significant victories and with some of the most iconic cars of the prancing horse.
Has to be said, when it comes to Finale Mondiali and the paddock, Ferrari do it, and they do it properly. It's an awesome, awesome paddock, and yes, the Finale Mondiali is something very, very special indeed. And of course, we complete our races for the 2023 calendar today, but there's still plenty of action to come. Tomorrow, all the focus will be on qualifying for the world final races on Sunday, when we pitch the best of all our drivers from all our regions together in one world final race. Nobuhiro Imada, we can see in final stages of preparation. He is going from P4 in class. We have two classes racing together here. Now, the Trofeo Pirelli AM champion is Franz Engstler, who's in the car. And this is Luca Engstler, his son, who also races in DTM and has done this season. And Franz Engstler, of course, made his name in various racing categories, single-seaters to begin with, then had an illustrious career in that German touring car series, and now finds himself a two-time champion in Ferrari Challenge, because he won the Copa Shell Championship, got elevated to Trofeo Pirelli AM, and has sealed that this year as well. And Alessio Dono yesterday in the race here in Mugello became Trofeo Pirelli champion for 2023. It's been a big battle between himself and this man, Tom Fleming, all season long, and in the end it went Alessio Dono's way yesterday, and he was able to nail the Trofeo Pirelli championship. So the race is today then, with no championship pressure on the drivers, because all the titles have been sealed. And alongside me is Miguel Molina. It's a very early start for both of us, Miguel, and I'm very grateful that you're so early on parade here. Again, and forgive me for repeating myself, track conditions are going to be very, very difficult today. Most of the drivers are on wet weather tyres, but because there's no rain at the moment, it's going to be keeping those tyres in a good shape, isn't it?
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, like I said yesterday, I think it's one of the keys of this racing, because it's a sprint race, but at the same time you need to conserve a bit the tires. Today is not raining, it's windy, so that also makes that the track can dry a bit faster. So let's see how how develops the race. But in 30 minutes, I think the right choice is to keep the wet tires.
I'm sure you're right. We will get insight from the top official Ferrari GT driver, Miguel Molina, during the course of the race. So the Richard Mille safety car leads the cars away on the formation lap, and here comes the grid in full for our final race of the 2023 Trofeo Pirelli season. And going from pole position, it is Thomas Fleming. The new Trofeo Pirelli champion, Alessio Donno, goes from P2 on our grid. Adrian Sutil and Ben Svalin then are P3 and P4 respectively, as we move to the third row of the grid, where we find Szymon Ladniak and the best of the Trofeo Pirelli AM drivers. Another good qualifying from Mohamed Hamdi, going from P6 but P1 in class. Franz Hensler and Yuda Uchida, that's going to be a lively row. Row 4, they are P7 and P8. It's Nobuhiro Imada and Hanno Laskowski going from P9 and P10. They complete row 5. To row 6 right now, where we find Marco Zanazzi and Hendrik Viol. Hendrik Viol on a real purple patch at the moment, P11 and P12 for those drivers. Nicola Rossi and Max Mugelli, Trofeo Pirelli driver again, and perhaps out of position from qualifying. James Owen and Andreas Berg Sorensen, P15 and P16. And then to the 9th row of the grid, where we find Kim Eriksson and Andrew Morrow. Andrew Morrow, the Trofeo Pirelli champion from the UK, who is here racing this weekend. Danilo Del Favaro and Matthias Toman, they are P19 and P20 on our 27-car strong grid. Ruslan Sadriv and Otto Blank occupy the 11th row. It's P21 and P22. Armin Arifport and Nick Haller going from P23 and P24. That's the 12th row. To the 13th row, unlucky for some perhaps, Nicolo Danielio and Germano Salernitano. They're going P25 and P26. And the final car on the grid belongs to Gianmarco Mazzialetti, going from P27. So big grid of cars then, as they are on their way on the formation lap right now. As Miguel indicated, it is a 30-minute sprint race. What can they do, Miguel, on this formation lap to put them in their best possible position for the race start?
Yeah, the most important thing is to warm the tires up and to keep, especially also the good momentum of the tires for the start. But at the same time, you cannot force it that much because, as we said, the track will go dry up. And probably you need to put some energy on the brakes as well to keep to be ready for the first braking. And this also will help the tire pressures to rise up at the same time. So most important thing is also to get focused by yourself to be ready for the start, and just wait for the lights.
And that's the anticipation we all have when the lighting gantry goes from red to green. 27 screaming 488 Challenge Evos from the Ferrari Challenge Trofeo Pirelli Series. There's Carlos, team boss and engineer to Alessio Donno, the champion. The cars now will grid up in side-by-side formation as they go through the chicane. And then it is one final turn. And you run downhill through that turn and set yourself up for the start-finish straight. Tom Fleming vigorously weaving. Alessio Donno right alongside, doing exactly as Miguel suggested, you know, getting on the brakes so the heat dissipates through the rims onto the tires. And that's where you generate the heat into those tires. You can see there's always anxiety and tension in the pit lane, because whilst the drivers are out there having to pedal the cars, there is a cast of hundreds inside the pit lane, all itching for the very, very best for their drivers as well. So stand by. We're going to throw a music bed to help build the anticipation to the start of Ferrari Challenge Trofeo Pirelli Race 2. We are racing. Szymon Ladniak diving to the middle in the all-yellow car to see if he can make some moves. And Ben Svalint in the all-black 488 Challenge Evo on the outside of Alessio Donno. Adrian Sutil right behind Tom Fleming as they head in towards turn number 1. I said Szymon Ladniak was looking lively in the all-yellow car there, and Alessio Donno trying to get right alongside Ben Svalint all the way around the outside at turn number 1. It's Tom Fleming leading, and Ben Svalint is into P2. It's also a very, very good start from Yuda Uchida, I believe, who has moved up the order. Benz Valent running wide. Alessio Dono going backwards. We've got a yellow flag at turn 1. I can see Kim Eriksson has gone around. Hopefully he's managed to keep it out of the barriers. The yellow flag is very, very quickly rescinded. And as you can see, it's Tom Fleming doing what he did yesterday, and that's making haste his escape up the road. Big battle going on between Simon Ladniak right now and Franz Engstler. Hugely experienced Franz Engstler. And he has moved his way up into a very, very good position. P3 in Trofeo Pirelli Am. It's Tom Fleming, Adrian Sutil, and Benz Valent in Trofeo Pirelli. It's Yuda Uchida, Nobuhiro Imada, and Franz Engstler for our Trofeo Pirelli Am drivers. That's the way it looks at the moment. Now, the start, we're being told, is under investigation. You can see that in graphics now on your screen. Basically, that means that race control are going to take a look to see if any driver was out of position when it came to the start of the race. And maybe if they were, they could pick up a penalty. We're riding on board with Alessio Dono, our new Trofeo Pirelli champion, as he has to take to the grass to get by Benz Valent. Miguel, you've got to be brave because that grass is going to be full of water, isn't it?
It's slippery, slippery. I think it was a bit of out of the line, but very active start. I think Fleming did as yesterday a good jump in the start, and this makes him an easy life in the first corner. Then it was a bit of movement in the next positions, but I think now it's a bit more calm, and let's see the pace of everyone.
We await the pace of everyone as we put the first lap in the book then of this race 2 for Ferrari Challenge Trofeo Pirelli across this finale Mondiali weekend. And as Miguel has said, Tom Fleming doing exactly what he did yesterday and has already in the space of 1 lap built a margin of 2.384 seconds over Adrian Sutil, who's chasing in P2. Then it's Alessio Dono, then it is Benz Valent, and then it's Yuda Uchida, who had a brilliant start and has put himself ahead of Nobuhiro Imada and Marco Zanazzi and Mohamed Handi. Now, Franz Engstler is dropping down the order, I can see from the graphics on the left-hand side of your screen. Now, Franz Engstler was in a good podium place, provisional, of course, in the early stages of this race. He'd made his way up to P3, but he's dropping down the order now. So clearly something wrong with the Franz Engstler car. In fact, I can tell you from our timing screen that he's pulled into the pit lane. So great shame for our Trofeo Pirelli Am champion, who sealed that championship some races ago. Such has been his dominance in Ferrari Challenge Trofeo Pirelli Am. Now you'll see, and I'm sure Miguel will testify to this, that the drivers will take perhaps different lines around the Mugello circuit to those that you would normally expect around this 5.245 kilometer circuit. The reason for that, I believe, Miguel, is that they're always hunting the damper parts of the circuit.
Yeah, exactly. It's also, like we said, is one of the keys now to keep the tires alive and find the wet spots on the track to get them cool. And we also will start to see that the cars start to move much more, sliding all around. And this is because the conditions of the track is wet, but still not a lot of water on the track.
We are beginning to see a number of drivers that are exceeding track limits, and turn 4 seems to be the big culprit at the moment, and 3 drivers already, including Kim Eriksson, also the number 86 car of Benz Valent, and also Adrian Sutil. They've all been warned about track limits at turn 4 now. As I understand it, and you've acted as a race control advisor on many occasions, Miguel, you get 3 warnings, I think, for track limits. And if you ignore those 3 warnings, then you're going to pick up a time penalty.
Yeah, you have 5 seconds penalty in the first time, and then it's accumulating the penalties if you keep going to the track limits. So here is a track where you can have an advantage on the track limits. So that's why the race control is very strict on that, because you can gain some good lap time on that.
Yes, and race control is fully aware of that, and they're going to come down with a rod of iron across your knuckles if you do it too many times. Tom Fleming, who has not exceeded the track limits, has built a margin of 3.3 seconds. Let's get a replay of the start then. Now, I said Simon Ladniak was looking very, very lively at the start. So too Benz Valent. He took to the outside, and Franz Engstler trying to dive up the inside, you could see there. And this is why the start is under investigation, and just a couple of cars out of position, I would have suggested, Miguel.
Yeah, you need to keep the line of the yeah, you need normally be in the boxes of the Formula One grid.
Yep.
And as soon as you move before the red lights goes off, is considered in like a jump start because you cannot move before. So that's for sure they are controlling and they are checking on the race control.
Thanks, Miguel. Now, we're also hearing that Nobuhiro Imada is under investigation for potentially overtaking off the track. Now, what that basically means is we saw one car going around then in that replay. By overtaking off the track, he did exceed the track limits. He put all four wheels over the white line. He got an advantage, perhaps a slingshot somewhere, and managed to get past another driver. And that means that he has, as around has gone Nick Haller in the number 81 car, I think that is. Sure enough, Nick Haller, the Riller and Schnapp driver. These are all in replay. And there you can see a big strife for the number 8 driver who's found himself in the gravel now. If Nicolo Rossi has kept his foot in, he should be able to get out of that. But there you can see, I mentioned that the France Exler car had come in, and sure enough, it's up on its jacks. And presumably taking no further part in this race. Let's go back to the live pictures then, as Tom Fleming continues to lead from Adrian Sutil and Benz Valent, and Alessio Dono has lost out to Benz Valent, and then it is Yuda Uchida and Nobuhiro Imada. Now, I can tell you from the information I'm being given that the race control have taken a look at the start. No further action is going to be taken after they have concluded their investigations. So that's all good.
We could see in the image before that Dono overtook Valent in the outside of the track, like he was 2 wheels in the grass, so he had to give back the position, and that's why he lost now the position.
Thank you very much for squaring that circle for us. That's to be fair, Alessio did exactly the same yesterday indeed, with Benz Valent, so he's had to do exactly the same again. This is Hanno Laskowski in the number 85 car with Danilo Del Favro. Danilo Del Favro, the red and black 488 Challenge Evo, and Hanno Laskowski in the blue and yellow. And basically, they are fighting over P8 and P9. And Danilo Del Favro at the moment is able to show a clean pair of heels to Hanno Laskowski, who dives to the inside of Danilo right now. Just ahead of them is James Owen, the British driver who has made his debut in the Ferrari Challenge this year and has been a very welcome addition. And James Owen really having enjoyed his season and doing a very good job. So Tom Fleming from Adrian Sutil and Benz Valent. For the AM drivers, it's Yuda Uchida ahead of Nobuhiro Imada and Marco Zanazzi. At the moment, we've still got 21.5 minutes of the race to come, so a lot can happen. So here is James Owen then in the number 26 car. He's running P7 for Meridian Modena and FF Corse. And having gone around is Ruslan Sadriv, the Scuderia Prague driver. Now gets it pointing in the right direction once again, and there you go and see a perfect slide there, but unfortunately when you're going sideways, then the trajectory is the wrong one. Thankfully he managed to get it pointing in the right direction, and nobody else involved in that. So the all-yellow car that we can see right now is that of Simon Ladniak. He's got Marco Zanazzi and Nobuhiro Imada around him. In fact, it's Simon Ladniak crosses the line. Nobuhiro Imada is the driver that is right behind him right now. And then you can see the Marco Zanazzi car is right there, diving to the inside now, just taking a look at the number 14 car of Nobuhiro Imada. And Nobuhiro getting very close there and losing a lot of time, I would have suggested, but you do have to take really rather unorthodox lines in comparison to what you would do. Now this is the fight that's going on for P2 in Trofeo Pirelli AM. Nobuhiro Imada at the moment has got that P2 position, but you can see that Marco Zanazzi wants to convert P3 into P2, so Nobuhiro Imada having to do some fairly steadfast defending here and metaphorically sticking his elbows out and making it very difficult for the CDP Pinetti Motorsport driver to find a way by. Mohamed Hamdi is running P4. Bear in mind that Mohamed Hamdi started in pole position for Trofeo Pirelli AM. Another track limits warning for Adrian Sutil, who's currently P2 in the race. And there you can see everyone, and I mentioned the tension and anxiety in the pit lane. And Miguel, you know better than anyone else, of course, when you're racing and racing so successfully, top driver that you are, you have something of a responsibility to your team as well, because they engineer the car for you. You have to pedal it, of course you do, but
exactly.
They are very much part of your success or failure.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of people behind that is working for all of us, and you have this responsibility as well to give back all the work that they are doing day after day, and this is also part, and this is also very nice feeling to when you are racing, because you don't feel alone inside the car. You know that you have people behind and doing their best for giving you the best car possible, and when you succeed, is very special, and especially because you share the victories, especially, and this is something that I really like it.
I do know, and I've known you for a lot of years across a number of racing categories, and one of your character traits is the fact that you especially after a race, whether it's been good or bad, you do go and thank all your team as well, and that's a nice touch, and I'm sure that pays dividends for you.
Yeah, thank you. I think whatever is happening in the race, I mean, it's everybody is putting their own effort and the maximum effort to succeed. So you need to be always thankful to everyone, because they are working as hard as possible. So at the same time, you think you need to be really. It's part of what I learned from young, and I try to give back all my emotions and give back all my work.
Thank you, Miguel. We're looking at replays of Tom Fleming here, who's leading the race by 5.3 seconds, which is really, really good. Now, a couple of, certainly one time penalty has been awarded to car number 10, and that's for exceeding the track limits. It's not, it's running P12 at the moment. That is the car of Kim Eriksson. You may recall went around at the very, very start of the race. Now, this battle is still going on for P3 in Trofeo Pirelli Am. It is between Nobuhiro Imada and Marco Zanazzi, and whatever Marco Zanazzi has done thus far, he's not been able to shake a mistake out of Nobuhiro Imada. Further back, some more overtaking action going on, or potential overtaking, as you try and just make get someone to make a mistake in front of you, and that's what they're hoping from Toman as Sadriv. If he goes all the way around the outside here, that will be a good job done, and sure enough, he has done that and moved himself up to P15. So good driving there from the Scuderia Prague driver, and there you can see the number 77 car of Ruslan Sadriv now finding himself in the P15 position. It's P22 overall, and yeah, that's one of the things that I find absolutely fascinating about the Ferrari Challenge, because we have so many different nationalities racing, and particularly when it comes to the finale Mondiale weekend, where we bring together all the drivers from all the regions that we race in this wonderful one-make series, whether it's in Japan, whether it's in North America, whether it's in the UK, or whether it's in Europe. They all get together for this fantastic festival of Ferrari, and that's what we're enjoying right now. Tom Fleming leading from Adrian Sutil and Ben Svalint. For Trofeo Pirelli, for Pirelli Am, it's Yuda Uchida from Nobuhiro Imada and Marco Zanazzi. That's the way it looks. Quite Mohamed Hamdi, who started from pole position in Trofeo Pirelli Am, running in P4 in that particular class. This is our race leader, Tom Fleming. Now, Tom is a really young driver who was still in the championship chase until yesterday. However, the rub of the green certainly didn't go his way, and he ended up losing the championship to Eliseo Dono. But really impressed with Tom. He's a young driver who's made his debut in the Ferrari Challenge this year with very, very little racing experience. And I have to say, as we watch his racecraft in really challenging conditions, Miguel, this young man is talented, isn't he?
Yeah, he's doing a good job. Yesterday also he showed that he had very good potential to win the race. Unfortunately, he had the unlucky of the two safety cars,
yeah.
And he was building a gap all the time, but at the last time on the safety car was only one lap left, and the experience of Sutil, I think, it doesn't help him to show the pace that he had during the race. So yeah, I think he has a long career ahead of him, and we'll see how we will develop in the next years.
It was also nice to see Miguel, and we commented on it yesterday, was when he jumped out of the car, you know, you must be disappointed because you know you're not going to be champion. He was one of the first to go over and congratulate the champion. I mean, you've got to have a big heart to do that, because you undoubtedly, I mean, you've been in the position where you've won lots and lots of races, but you're also in the position where you've lost some as well, and it must be really difficult to dig deep.
I lost more than one. So, but this is normal. Everyone wants to win, and it's so difficult to win a single race. So there are a lot of drivers around the world that they are doing the same as you, and you need needs to be everything perfect on that day to achieve the real goal, no? So yeah, for sure yesterday he was disappointed, but that's part of the sport, no? When another one is yeah.
Forgive me interrupting you, Miguel, but James Owen from Welsh Wales, you know, has beached in the gravel, and that means we're going to get a safety car. So again, a bit like a duplicate, carbon copy of yesterday.
We were talking about that.
Tom Fleming, who's built a 7.5 second margin. I mean, as a racing driver, this is a bitter pill to swallow when you've built a brilliant margin, then the safety car comes out and the margin is zeroed. Yeah,
especially when you're in the first position and you know that you have a good pace, you build a gap with the second, and the safety car came. It destroys you, not destroys you mentally, but you see, if all my work that I did, it's done. But at the same time, for the second one, he says now is my opportunity to win the race. So that's also part of the game, and that gives us a good show on the screens.
Well, Adrian Sutil, we saw yesterday when he's got the proverbial bit between his teeth and he's very determined. He can be very elbows out. And,
it's like I said, the experience, it makes a big difference here. Yeah, and we all know that Adrian Sutil has a very long career, so he knows how to manage these situations.
And again, this is something I find a real fascination for me in the Ferrari challenges. We see lots of drivers with lots and lots of experience. We also see young drivers like Tom Fleming and Alicia Dono and young stars like Andrew Morrow who are making their way in motorsport. And this wonderful one-make series does provide an opportunity, and a great example of that is Niklas Nielsen, one of your colleagues who raced in. And again, you know, I've known Niklas almost as long as I've known you. Obviously, I've known you longer because you're older. Just thought I'd mention that. But you know, Niklas in his karting days, and also through junior single-seaters, and then into tin tops. You know, he has been picked up by Ferrari, and he's now an official Ferrari GT driver. I mean, wow, what a career he's got.
It's the right example. Niklas won the Ferrari challenge, then he jumped into the GTs, and now we are together in the LMH program and sharing the car. So we were talking a couple of times that he's been in motorsport for 4 or 5 years, and he achieved the pinnacle of his career already this year. So I mean, it's a very good example that the Ferrari Challenge can give you an opportunity on motorsport, and for sure we will see a couple of young drivers here to develop and to progress on their own careers in motorsport.
Thank you, Miguel. I know that down there working really, really hard in the pit lane is Ludovica, who I think is with the team boss of Tom Fleming's team, FF Corse. Mark is with her now.
Thank you, guys. I'm here with the team of Thomas Fleming for discover more about his feeling of today and after yesterday.
You know, look, Tom's been on outstanding form. His pace has been incredible in the wet all weekend. It was just so unfortunate yesterday that second safety car one lap. So, look, he's controlling this race. He just needs to get his head together, focus for the restart, and wish him all the best.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Safety car is coming in this lap. Now, again, like yesterday, I feel like we've been here before. What Tom has got to do is back them all up, and he actually controls the restart, really, doesn't he?
Yeah, exactly. He needs to be ready for the start. I think it's really important because it's a long straight on here on Mugello circuit, and you need a very good exit of the last corner. He has more time today. Still 9 minutes to go, so in any case I think he could show again. He can show again the pace that he has.
Well, Mark, his team boss, was just saying, you know, he's doing a really good job. He has shown incredible pace in these wet weather conditions, and you can see there Adrian Sutil is lively behind him, but Tom is vigorously weaving. Now, when Tom accelerates, he has to stay accelerated. You can't speed up and slow down and speed up and slow down. Only he will decide when he wants to give it absolutely everything on the throttle pedal. He's choosing to leave it quite late. Now he goes. So on the exit of the final turn, that's when he gives it full chat flat to the start-finish straight. And I would suggest that was not a bad strategy from Tom Fleming, who will cross the timing line. And Adrian Sutil, of course, will be doing the chasing right now, as indeed will be Ben Svalint. And also Alessio Dono. He did it really well.
He did perfectly today.
Ben Svalint on the inside there. We almost go three abreast into turn number one. Alessio Dono trying to come around the outside here, but Tom Fleming is escaping up the road, which is, I think, kind of what he did with the first safety car yesterday. It was the second one that really didn't play in his favor. Ben Svalint and Adrian Sutil having a real ding-dong battle here, and at the moment Ben Svalint is up to P2. He's relegated Adrian Sutil, and Sutil won't take that lying down. And Alessio Dono just wants to get in the mix as well. If nothing else, he wants to end the final race of 2023 for the championship. Although he is champion, he wants to be on the podium, come what may. And to do that, he's got to get past either Ben Svalint or Adrian Sutil, or indeed both of them, and then put the chase on to Tom Fleming. Tom escaping up the road, having already built a couple of seconds margin. We ride on board with our 2023 Trofeo Pirelli champion, Alessio Dono. All we did is Adrian Sutil takes a different line to Ben Svalint, but Ben's had got the momentum and had the perfect line around that turn. And for the moment, it's as we were then, with Tom Fleming leading from Ben Svalint and Adrian Sutil, and then Alessio Dono. Now for the Trofeo Pirelli AM drivers, it's Yuda Uchida ahead of Nobuhiro Imada, and Mohamed Hamdi managed to get by Marco Zanazzi, so he's in a podium place. We are going to be seeing a drive-through penalty for Adrian Sutil. You'll see that on the screen in a moment, and that's basically starting procedure at 3-minute signal. Miguel Molina, experienced top racing driver. What the heck does that mean?
Yeah. I think this is that they were touching the car when the sign of 3 minutes signal in the grid. Maybe they were reducing the tire pressures.
So that was right at the beginning of the race, rather than the original
just before
start.
when the car was standing in the grid. As soon as the 3-minute signal appears, you cannot touch anymore the car. So probably they were working on that.
Now that has now converted to a drive-through penalty. According to this information that we have on our screen, a drive-through penalty for car number 5, Adrian Sutil. That was for the car being worked on when the 3-minute signal went out on the original grid. So that has really horlicked his podium place. So that means Alessio Dono is in a podium place, come what may now. We will see. So Adrian Sutil has 3 laps within which he's got to take that drive-through penalty. So Marco Zanazzi has got himself back by Nobuhiro Imada, I believe, and Hendrik Viol is going to be in this mix as well. So here you can see there is Mohamed Hamdi in the number 7 car, and Nobuhiro Imada and Marco Zanazzi. It's Marco Zanazzi and Mohamed Hamdi who are having this battle at the moment. So it is Yuda Uchida from Nobuhiro Uemura and Marco Zanazzi now. There's confirmation of the drive-through penalty for Adrian Sutil on screen for you. So he is going to have to come in and serve that drive-through penalty. He gets 3 laps to do that. Tom Fleming, 3.174 seconds up the road already. Then it's Bensfeld in P2. Well, at this point, Alessio Dono doesn't need to really push too hard.
Doesn't need to race so much, because in the next 3 laps, Sutil needs to do the drive-through. So the only thing is that maybe now he's losing a bit of time to catch Valint, but yeah, it's still 4 minutes, a couple of laps more to finish the race.
You're right, probably a couple of laps more, as Alessio Dono is certainly keen across the curves, isn't he, and shortcutting that chicane. And here he goes to the inside of Adrian Sutil. This will be a slam dunk, because he's going to have the inside line here. Sutil, I rather suspect, will indicate right and go into the pit lane. I might be wrong, though, because as he heads towards the pit lane, does he dive in? No, he doesn't.
Maybe he's waiting for the last time.
Now, of course, if you choose not to take it within the 3 laps, you do get a time penalty awarded to you, a bigger time penalty. But there is time still for Adrian Sutil to dive in. A couple of more laps, I reckon. What have we got? 3.5 minutes remaining. Tom Fleming from Bensfeld and Alessio Dono, who on track is up to P3, let alone Sutil having to take that drive-through penalty. It's Yuda Uchida, Nobuhiro Uemura and Marco Zanazzi who are the top 3 for our Trofeo Pirelli AM drivers. The Pirelli drivers have red sun strips across the top of the windscreen. Sun not being very evident so far this week. And for the Pirelli AM drivers, they have the white strip across the top of the windscreen. 3 minutes remaining, and there is the number 14 car of Nobuhiro Uemura running P2 at the moment in Trofeo Pirelli AM. So the battle for second position, as you can see, between Nobuhiro Uemura, Marco Zanazzi and Mohamed Hamdi. Although they're not quite so close together. And Hendrik Viol could be a danger man here in the number 92 car, who he was on the podium yesterday. He would love to be back on the podium today, but it's going to be a big ask, because he's going to have to pass 2 cars to be able to do that in just the 2.5 minutes that remain in this Trofeo Pirelli race, the last race of the 2023 championship season. The drivers, of course, do have the World Final race to consider and think about, which comes on Sunday. We're also being told by race control that there's debris on the main straight, and that will be presumably either from maybe some carbon damage on one of the cars falling off, because there's kind of nowhere on the start-finish straight that you would go off track, is there, Miguel?
Yeah, I mean, something maybe for a contact or something. There is debris on main straight, and it's very important that the teams tells the driver this situation, because it can be a problem because of get a puncture or something like this. So yeah.
Oh, Mohamed Hamdi dived to the inside of Marco Zanazzi. Now, I have to say there was a little bit of an assist in that overtake, wasn't there?
It was a bit brave.
But now I did say keep your eyes on Hendrik Viol. My goodness me, that's big debris.
Yeah,
that's a banner or something, isn't it?
Yeah, looks like.
Forgive me, I was back to where I was. Hendrik Viol, I said, could be a danger man here as he dives to the inside. And we've got a red flag. We have got a red flag. Now, that can only be, I would think, for that debris that's on the start-finish straight.
Right turns.
Yes.
Because this can be a very dangerous moment. Yeah, here we can see that.
Yes, that is.
Like we said, it was windy today.
Yes, it was. Session suspended, and I suspect the clock is continuing to count down. So the order is going to be Tom Fleming from Bensfeld and Alessio Dono. And for the AM drivers, it's going to be Yuda Uchida ahead of Nobuhiro Uemura and Mohamed Hamdi, and Adrian Sutil is going to take his drive-through penalty. Look, and I'm sorry, I'm not laughing, but I am, because it is quite funny, isn't it? You know, sometimes your luck just doesn't go your way, does it?
No, exactly.
Let's just turn the car off and gonna have a coffee now. Here is Alessio Dono then, who is on the podium in the final race of 2023 for the championship season. He is the Trofeo Pirelli champion. And there you can see the congratulations going on from the Rosso Scuderia team for Yuda Uchida, who's taken P1, and for Nobuhiro Imada, who has taken P2. So, well, that was something of a damp squib when it came to the very end of the race, by dint of that errant banner, we think it is, that was stricken across the track. But I agree with you. I mean, race control, it's a difficult place to work in, and I know you've been in there on many, many occasions as a driver advisor, so you're seeing it from a driver's eye perspective as well. It's a position like that when it is actually dangerous, because if you ran over that, that could really pitch your car.
Very dangerous, because like I said, I mean, you are in a high-speed moment, and everything comes to you very, very fast. So whatever is in the track can damage your car and have a worse consequence.
Miguel, as always, thank you so much for being with us on the air here. The information and insight that you bring to us is always very, very valuable. And yeah, I know you're going to go off and have a coffee now, and you deserve that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Miguel Molina, then, official Ferrari GT driver, joining us on the air, and as always, doing a great job for us. Really appreciate that. So, drivers are making their way out of their cars now, ahead of the celebrations to come for those that have made it onto podium places. Yuda Uchida then successful in Trofeo Pirelli Am. And for Yuda Uchida, of course, it is 2 out of 2 this weekend. He's done a very good job indeed. There is our Trofeo Pirelli champion, Alessio O'Donnell, going across to congratulate Tom Fleming for his win today. It's wonderful, all the emotions that we can share and we can see from the drivers down there. Benz Valint having taken P2 in Trofeo Pirelli, Alessio O'Donnell P3. Yeah, we can bring you the confirmation of the top 3 in each of the classes. Thomas Fleming taking the win from Benz Valint, P2, Alessio O'Donnell, P3. Trofeo Pirelli Am, Yuda Uchida, Nobuhiro Imada, and Marco Zanazzi. Right now, here comes the pit show for you.
Your victories and your wins in this season. Today you redeem yourself respect and of yesterday.
Yeah, I think we've held the respect since we had yesterday, and we've just finished off the job that we started. We were quite unlucky at the safety car restart yesterday not to win. There was a couple of pods being thrown out, but that's motorsport, and we put that behind us with a good mindset going into today. And that's the championship over. You know, we got into the World Finals, and I think I can be really proud of what me and the team have achieved. You know, we've done such an awesome job this year, going from basically 0 to what we are now. I think we've matched the same amount of wins as Dono has, and he won the championship. Maybe one more if you counted the disqualification in Misano. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm so proud of the guys. We've ended strong. We've kept our heads up when it mattered, and you know, I think I've proven what I'm able of doing, especially in such tricky conditions like this. You know, Adrian Sittle is no slouch. He's an ex-F1 driver for a reason. So yeah, to be winning here in Ferrari Challenge is really special. So I'd just like to thank, you know, for an incredible season, my team, my engineer Michael, my sponsors, my family, and just everybody who's been a part of this, because this was a really last-minute decision to go and do this. We got our license 3 weeks before the first round in Valencia, and yeah, never looked back, and it's just been a pleasure. So thank you, Ferrari and the Ferrari family, for being such great hosts.
Thank you so much, Thomas.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Very eloquent and articulate young man. Well done, Tom Fleming. And here, confirmation of the result. Tom Fleming taking the win from Benz Valent and Alessio Dono taking P3. Yuda Uchida and Nobuhiro Amada and Marco Zanazzi are the top 3 when it comes to our Trofeo Pirelli AM drivers. Follow us on @Ferrari Races if you will. And we'd love you to be part of the Ferrari family. So the results in full for you. And we will be hearing from Yuda Uchida any moments.
Yuda, congratulations for this second win in a row. What do you feel to be here today?
昨日に続いてまた勝利ですけど、どんなフィーリングでしょうか。
はい。I'm very surprised by this result, but I'm be happy to win. Today's tire is very slippery. It was a hard race. Yeah.
And you are happy?
Yes,
Yeah?
very happy.
Okay, okay.
I think unbelievable. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Well done, Yuda Uchida then, and great to hear from him. And right now, we're going to take a look at the highlights. Everyone preparing now for the podium. Here come the race statistics powered by AWS then. Total overtakes in Trofeo Pirelli 41, in Trofeo Pirelli AM 160. Fastest lap came from Tom Fleming at 2:10.232 in Trofeo Pirelli, and Trofeo Pirelli AM it was a 2:12.189, and that came from Yuda Uchida. And there you can see all those race statistics for the final race of our Trofeo Pirelli season for 2023. Well, podium is going to be next. 2 podiums to come. One, of course, for Trofeo Pirelli. One, of course, for Trofeo Pirelli AM. And, yeah, very much looking forward to that. What a season it has been. And well done to all our Trofeo Pirelli and Trofeo Pirelli AM drivers, giving us such great racing. And as always, Michele Mbelli will be bringing the drivers out to receive their rewards. And here comes Alessio Dono then to take P3, step of the podium. Benz Valent, P2. And Tom Fleming on the top step of the podium. There's Alex, his partner. And here comes the who's going to come up from the team. Well, anyway, here comes the national anthem right now. Grandi applauso, yes. Big applause for our drivers, says Tom's dad. Now, it will be one of our official Ferrari GT drivers that will be making the trophy presentations. And it is Giancarlo Fisichella, who is here making the trophy presentation to Alessio Dono, now to Ben Svalint. And then the race winners trophy to a very proud young man who's done himself a fantastic job this season. He finishes on the high that he probably deserves by taking the win in the final championship race. Of course, the world final race still to come. So well done to all our drivers, Tom Fleming, Ben Svalint and Alessio Dono. And of course, drivers all get together on the podium there, await the photographs, and then it's who's going to win the champagne race. My money, oh, it's of course, mustn't forget our tyre partner Pirelli, and there you can see the Pirelli award being given to Tom Fleming as well from Lucio Pagani. Here are the cars then that took their drivers to their respective podium places. Alessio Dono, who takes P3 for Radici Automobili. P2 for Rosso Corse, Ferrari Budapest, and Ben Svalint. And then for HRO in FF Corse, it's Thomas Fleming on the top step of the podium, P1. So final Drivers' Championship points then. Alessio Dono on 172, just 12 points between P1 and P2. Then Ben Svalint finishing the championship in P3, just nudging Max Mugello out of that P3 spot. So those the final championship points for the season. Right, Pirelli Am podium being readied as we speak. The drivers we're going to see, Marco Zanazzi, Nobuhiro Umada and Yuda Uchida. Just as soon as the podium has been cleaned from the celebrations that went on for our Trofeo Pirelli drivers. Here come our Pirelli Am drivers. I can hear Michele bringing them out right now. Taking P3, Marco Zanazzi. Taking P2, here comes Nobuhiro Umada. And on the top step of the podium, it's Yuda Uchida. And of course, the Rosso Scudieri team will be represented as well. And right now, here comes the national anthem.
Il nostro grande applauso per i vincitori del trofeo Pirelli Am, i ragazzi della Pirelli che prendono il trofeo e lo porgono al pilota ufficiale Ferrari, Giancarlo Fisichella, il terzo classificato, Giancarlo che consegna il trofeo d'onore a Marco Zanazzi. Sempre Giancarlo Fisichella per il secondo classificato Nobuhiro Umada, e il trofeo per il vincitore
to Yuda Uchida.
Il trofeo per il team, per Rosso Scuderia.
Rosso Scudiera receiving
Il
a
trofeo
trophy
Pirelli
as
consegnato da
well.
Lucio Vergani, Pirelli
And Lucio Vergani should be here from
manager
Pirelli to
per
make
il
the Pirelli
vincitore
award
Uchida.
to our race winner, Yuda Uchida. Indeed, he does that. Congratulates all three podium placers.
Ok, questa è la foto del gruppo del trofeo Pirelli classe AM. Please, together.
And there we can see the top three. And well done to Marco Zanazzi and Nobuhiro Imada and Yuda Uchida. And those are the cars that took them to the podium places. And, as if by magic, making his way into a press conference right now is our Trofeo Pirelli race winner, Tom Fleming, who joins me in the studio on the air. You didn't know you were going to do this, did you? Many, many congratulations. You finished this season where you deserve to on the top step of the podium.
Yeah, thank you very much. No, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Obviously, I've got a press conference to get to, but yeah, no, I'm super happy with how the car performed today. It was a bit difficult because Adrian was pushing me at the start, so I had to use a bit more of my tyres, and then Bence was that quick at the restart. But I think it was the restart today that really won me the race, and I'm not going to make the same mistake twice. I definitely learned from yesterday. So no, I'm so proud of all the boys at FF Corse, and and just to be able to be here in Ferrari Challenge is just a magical thing. I'm so privileged to be here, and I'm yeah. Anyway.
You've done an epic job. Well done,
Thank
Tom
you so
Fleming.
much. Cheers. Bye-bye.
So didn't expect to hear from him on his way to his press conference. Tom Fleming, then our race winner, joining us in comms just for 30 seconds before he heads to the press conference. That's it. Trofeo Pirelli season is done for 2023. Thank you so much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you for the World Final races that will come on Sunday. Bye-bye for now.